before we left for Iceland, we did a podcast with Adventure Rider Radio, and Pia, who you saw there imitating my yoga moves, heard that podcast and invited us to stay with her. She's a mechanic and a rally rider. She set us up with other people to stay with as well. So that helped us to avoid some camping for a while we were in Denmark.
We had a great time into the wee hours of the night discussing with Casper and Stina their upcoming trip to Iceland on their motorcycles. The next day we continued our trek towards Copenhagen. When we got to Copenhagen, Morten was happy enough to show us how to get around the city using the transit. Gave us a spot on his deck to set up our tent, and we went and explored the city over the next couple of days. Camp life entry.
When it rains, come up with something quick and fast.
Set up the tarp real fast and finish your supper.
Just a little lunch. Library parking lot, of course.
This is what everybody does, right?
Yes. Again, except for this time it's high protein pudding, and I thought I was buying natural yogurt. No, I can't have it.
You should really learn how to speak German.
Stuck in the douche. The Memorial to the Murdered Jews of Europe, also known as the Holocaust Memorial, has 2,711 of these different structures that from the top look the same, but as you go through there's a wave to what you walk on and different heights, indicating kind of that each brick is different, each experience was different. Went along the Berlin Wall, and different pieces of that, along with this part with the gallery and the famous Kiss mural.
You said, let me tell you everything I've seen, the friends I've made, and then you tell me how you've been. Look a little closer, it's been quite some time, but you gotta let me know if I'm out of line. There's some words that I just wanna hear you say, to put it all straight before this night turns into day.
What's going, Sharon?
Well, there's wind, and then there's Doug's bike falling apart kind of day.
We managed to get back to the bike, and we now have a new battery. We're gonna try to put it in. We just drove through a ton of fog and super cold weather, and I am very grateful to this man for bringing me out here.
To reap what I've sown,
So Kirsten and Jürgen showed us all through Cologne, showing us the cathedral, the bridge across with all the many, many locks. They needed an engineer to confirm it wouldn't collapse. From up high and just having the history of the city, having locals show you around really makes a difference.
Don't invite us over if you don't want us to take you up on it.
Every time that I breathe,
They were fantastic hosts and good friends.
so I have to take my love and write a different story.
Emil and Inga were cyclists who were in Iceland, but we actually met them in Faroe Islands. And they recommended a medieval town, and so we took them up on that as an invite, complete with borrowing their bikes to explore, and again, learning the history of the city with people who live there and love the city is just a really great deep dive into places.
I'm on my way, yeah. I'm on my way.
This was really cool when I saw this. It makes so much sense. Why have a big garbage bin sitting in the road when you can bury it under the road and have just a little bin at the top?
Heavy road.
I remember when we visited my Oma's place, she had these plates with windmills on them, and I never got the fascination with them until we got to the Netherlands and started seeing them. We just saw some amazing windmills.
Mill was built in 1863. It produced wood until the 1920s.
Later, when we went to Kinderdijk, we saw a display of even more windmills, and these ones are using, instead of for lumber, they would actually be moving water. And they're just beautiful and practical and smart engineering and powerful.
And environmental too. It's like they can't see very well with their hair like that.
I think they see everything.
Yeah. Get sunglasses for them?
I think so. And the flies.
This is the housing complex my father lived in. Well, he lived in Zwolle, Netherlands, up until just after the war.
Sometimes you follow people when they invite you into places, and sometimes you should do that, and other times you shouldn't. Made it up the dike just fine, but adrenaline rush after that had me take a corner not so gracefully.
But she handled it like a trooper. I love this.
Shaking it off, giving them the thumbs up, picking it up, and continuing on our way.
And this was from somebody in the Netherlands who just saw us driving down the road and flagged us over and wanted to show us some great side roads or side trails and sites in the Netherlands. So he had this route to take us to this beautiful, it's an old fishing village.
On to Doug's sister and family who are currently living in Netherlands, and they showed us around again their little part of the Netherlands, lots of bridges to duck under. We enjoyed Leiden, I think, more even than Amsterdam because it feels like people actually live there, where Amsterdam felt like a lot of tourists to us.
Are you serious? You took us down a totally dead end?
Yes,
it's a dead end, yes.
That's what happens when you get
we're in the Suez Canal.
Oh, that was he didn't enjoy that.
And he's putting on Netherlands. Done.